Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Laststandgamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look around the server. We're having a look at what the players have been building, what sort of structures they've been creating, what sort of battleships they've been working on. We're over at the SGC base. Now this outpost has a lot of different ships in the works, and some of the ships you might recognise from various different places. Well, let's actually have a quick look up here. So you'll see that they've got a giant pyramid in the works. I was actually quite shocked by this thing, and the actual glow of it when the sun hits it is pretty much insane. You can see how they've changed the colour of one strip there, and it is really sort of hard to work out the scale of it when you're coming towards it as an enemy ship. So if we go underneath the thing and we avoid the massive bloom, being blinded by it, we actually have ourselves a massive rocket bay under here. Now if this hits you, you are going to be going down and you are going to be crying about it as well. Underneath here as well are all its Gatling turrets and small interior turrets. Pretty damn cool indeed. Let's have a quick dip inside and have a quick look at what's going on in here. So it looks like quite a standard setup inside, and since there is jetpacks in this version, it means when this is fully completed and ready for battle, he can move around here and get himself into a cockpit for easy flight. So moving around SGC's base, they've also got this guy here. You might recognise it. We've got the two hangar bays on either side. We've also got a missile turret up on the top, so we'll go and have a look inside in a minute. But if we just get a little bit closer, you can see we've got the missile turret there on this cool little bracket. I don't know how easy that will be to aim. If we come around the front, you'll notice they've got this nice sloped armor at the front here with a little bit of a viewing area with this out-poking antenna. Very cool indeed. They've got this hangar bay over this side, quite simple, easy to launch a fighter from, just what you need. And over on this side, you've got the same again. Underneath, you've got yourself a battery of rockets on either side. So the only thing that I'd be worried about here is these clipping when a battle is happening, your own ship, if you start moving the front end, since they've got quite a distance to travel past it. But still a really cool ship. Let's just take a quick look through the interior and see what's going on inside. So it's very dark in here. This server seems to be very dark indeed. So it's quite a bare interior. I'm guessing that's to make room for all the thrusters. But you don't really need a fancy big interior when it comes to a battle type ship or a battle server that's PvP focused. So let's keep on a look around. We've got a ship that looks like it's being constructed over here that looks almost like a crossbow. Really cool sort of design anyhow. You can see both the wings are coming together there, or whatever they could be described as. I could be looking at the front, I could be looking at the back, I could be looking at a completely wrong angle. They've also got themselves a base attached to this rock here. It's got a drill platform, a few different things, and a few small fighters there as well. So let's go to their building hub. Now inside here, they actually have all their cargo containers with the different resources they need to build, and once again it looks like they've done some sort of colour coding to it, but it's just a large tube with a lot of connectors coming off, and that's to service the various crafts. So they've got a welding ship there, looks a little bit like a bug. What else have they got here? They've got a nice little white ship, loads of little designs just sprouting off here, not too much similarity between the ships, so there's not really a uniform design. But let's have a look over here. So this was one of the defense platforms that they used to defend the little server we had before. Pretty cool to see it back again. Let's go over to this ship right here. What's going on here? This is like another partially constructed design. So there's a few ships in the works. There's a few ships that need to kind of finish the construction on, and there's a few that they've got floating about. So very nice indeed. Let's have a look at another outpost. So to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the larger block count. So we've been to the SGC outpost. So let's head over to the NBS Fleet Works. So we have seen this large disc ship before. We've got the 3 discs there. We've got the thruster segment at the back. The only thing I'd worry about a design like this is having it cut off in the various different segments. That could be a little bit risky, but still pretty cool design. We've got a smaller type frigate ship here with some turrets on either side. Nice slender design. Of course, they've got this thing they're working on. I'm really not too sure what this is. It could be some sort of weapons platform. It could be a larger ship. We'll soon see, I guess. So we've got another smaller ship over here, and we've got one connected up to this central hub. So it's just a basic spawn area, I'm guessing, in the middle with this ring around it so they can connect ships and process ore. Very cool indeed. Let's head over to the next outpost. So back into the menu, we're going to go to block count once again. We've been to SGC MBS. We're going to have a look at this ship here that is... Okay. Now this is a real interesting little project here. So this particular ship was part of one of the events, and it looks like what's happened is players have overtaken it and added their own ships to it and used it as pretty much a place to start building and start surviving. That's a pretty cool concept, because this was absolutely wrecked when it came to flying it in the last event. It got torn up by the enemy fighters, and then I guess it just started drifting. Now they're converting it into a fully functional sort of base in this nice little bubble. Very cool indeed. Let's continue on. Let's see what else we've got here. Block count. Let's work our way down to SWI. Oh, so that's the same place. So that's the same little ship named on. That's one of the things you've got to be careful with. Let's head to DBS. So now we're over at the DBS outpost. Now they've done things slightly a little bit different, but pretty much the same. All factions on this server at the moment have built themselves like a refinery type hub in the center. You can see this long strip going down the middle up here. They've built this really nice ring though on top of theirs. The only worry that I have with this is it's actually a rotating ring. You can see there's actually a rotor in there, and that might cause some issues over time, but we'll yet to see. We'll see if it causes any performance drops. But they've got a lot of ships docked around here. Let's have a quick look at some little defensive type ships up there. They've got this lovely black and yellow one, very nice design. They've got a platform that looks like it can be moved and connected back to the station if need be. They've got another ship that looks like it's under construction in that area. With the amount of PvP that's going on in this server, ships are coming out left, right and centre. People have got to get them back to base, repair them up, get the supplies from the belt, and sometimes they just need to escort a miner in. There's a miner over there. We'll look at that in a second. Look at that. That's a pretty damn cool design. It's got them two antennas at the front. It's got a whole array of Gatling gun turrets on the side. Nice little entrance door on the back. And then we've also got the thrusters nicely protected with that housing. Really cool indeed. And we've got the miners that are super crucial to any part of your survival. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's move to the next large grid. So we have been to DBS, we've been to SGC. Let's try this UWU. So with this, we might be heading back to some of the same bases that we've actually seen. Ah, no, this is a different one. So once again, it looks like they've got themselves a ship or some sort of hub type device here connected up. Lots of different piping going on there. They've got an internal thruster setup. Looks like this ship could even have been hijacked from the DRF. It looks like it has a similar sort of design to some of their ships, but at the same time highly modified. They've got this massive ramming tip here at the front as well, and rocket pods on either side. That could be quite scary. If you notice the black colour scheme of a lot of these ships, it's just purely because it blends in. It helps them evade a lot of the enemy's attention. So if we come down below, we've got ourselves this cool little pod. I spotted this the other day. Now this says, "Free gravel, take me please." One of the biggest issues in Space Engine is gravel. What do you do with it? So I guess they're hoping to drop that into the belt, and some poor sucker will be responsible for their trash. Very cool indeed. We've got some more miners and little haulers down here. Not a massive fleet, but it looks like they put a lot of effort into building that big ship. And who knows, they might even launch that gravity at a gravel bomb at someone. See what happens. Okay, let's continue going down through the list. So we're going to select block count again, and we're going to work our way. We've gone through UW, SGC. Let's have a look at ARCs. They've got themselves a lovely Borg cube. This shipyard is one of the biggest. It's not got a massive production hub in the centre, but it does have a lot of supplies going on here. So we've got the Borg cube that we've seen in a few different fights. Of course, look at the detailing on this guy. It's super cool. They've got loads of chopped down blocks, and then in the sort of foreground they've got this black armour, and it did hold its own pretty well. It's still floating about on the server, and I'd be definitely scared if I bumped into it. Now coming over here, we've got ourselves their production hub in the centre, so they're just constantly adding cargo containers. It looks like this thing can also move if it needs to be, just completely relocate. Always important to have that ability. Now coming over here, we've got some real nice, this is a blocky ship. I've actually fought this one myself. It was a little, it wasn't super manoeuvrable, but that was compared to that super light ship, but the rocket barrage on the front was certainly scary. Combine that with these two prongs, if you ram into it, you're going to be in trouble, I'll tell you that. Coming down here, we've got ourselves another ship. We're looking at this one actually upside down. Let's spin the camera around, have a quick look. This one's got a miner actually mounted to the deck, so I'm guessing that they might head into the belt with this like a carrier. They launch the miner, they dock it, resupply it, while the other ships actually escort them. Very cool indeed. I like how they've got the glass there. They've got also the faction logo, and they've got that command sort of deck there up at the top. Now, if we keep going, we've got even more unusual and crazy sort of design ships. Look at this. This is thrusters all over the place. I really like the look of this. It's got that massive point up at the front there. Just a really uniquely designed ship. They've even thrown a wheel in there for a little bit of detail. There's some crazy designs going on this server. I'm really happy that the people are going this wild. So over here, it looks like we've got another transport vessel. And we've got a few more. I can only describe them as cargo ships at the current moment in time because they're really not too well armed. So let's jump on. So we've looked at the larger block count now. Let's start scrolling down a little bit deeper. So we're going to be going down to the smaller block count. We might accidentally visit the same base again and again. So let's have a look at the RTR structures. So RTR's outpost is actually located inside the belt. These guys haven't spent a super amount of time building in this duration, but you can see they've got the basics of a good start. They've got themselves the drill platform, this small little cube that looks fantastic. If they were to continue developing this and expanding this little outpost, it'd be pretty cool. Now if we just whip through the belt, we can see that there's some other sort of structures being completed here. I think this one is just some sort of hidden bunker type base. It's just a simple little base like that, nothing too special to look at, but it's keeping this player super safe, apart from the massive bubble that's kind of giving him away. Let's jump back to the menu one more time and we'll have a look around. Let's have a look around the highest PCU. So we've had a look through these guys. Let's keep just having a scroll down. We'll see if anything stands out to us. So we've had a look through the DBS. Let's have a look at the XCS. We've seen that, I believe. Ship and build, these are some of the ones that we see. It's really nice if factions do name the ships with the faction name at the front because it makes looking through them a lot easier. We've been over there. We've got Nano's Miner over in this section. Oh, we've not had a look at this base though. So you can see this is like a cool little shipyard that they've got going on here. They've got the ship there in the centre, and towards the back they've got the yard itself with the various different points where it can connect up to, and then the production facility there. Now I'm not sure if this is a static grid, but if they could keep this thing moving, it'd probably be a lot better for them. They've also got another little ship. I'm guessing this is the miner that they're heading to the belt with. The belt's a scary place. You need to head in there with some weapons. Anyway, we've had a quick look through the server. Of course, we can't cover anything. We're probably going over time as it is. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching. And please let me know which your favourite ship is or creation down in the comment section below. And I'll see you next time.